doesn't really matter when you don't get the win. Flows and there's momentums to the game, and I believe in this group. And
Fred trusts all of us on the team. As an organization, we're just trying to stay positive. This was a very winnable game.
Here we see Scottie Barnes in the post against Terrence Davis, which we all know that this is a mismatch. Scottie knows that. The Kings defense knows that, so they're kind of overreacting. And this is how fast Scottie Barnes processes the game, where he knows exactly where everybody is at, right? And this is the moment where De'Aaron Fox is like, oh, I'm caught off position, because his eyes was looking here at Fred for the pass. This was the obvious pass, right? Which most people would make. Scottie looked at him, tricked De'Aaron, and now the ball goes to a wide open Siakam, which is too late for Harrison Barnes pretty much to rotate. And now you get a quality open look, and the shot goes in. That is.
What do you think would have happened if he didn't know look at? I'm just curious.
Okay, so like I said, 99% of the people would have made the pass here, right? To VanVleet.
Yep.
But the fact that he has the ability to look over a defense, again, we always talk about 6'6", point guards or taller. He has that, that awareness to know where everybody is at. He knows that someone's open because there was a double in Siakam. So somebody has to be open. And that's the thing. If Harrison Barnes stays home, guess who's open? Thad is. And he would have found that as well. But he knows exactly where everybody's at on the court. And he uses VanVleet as his decoy to find this guy open. So here we go. You see De'Aaron Fox, turnover, in transition. It's the obvious pass, but the right pass. No and one called. Here we see
Freaking at the point of the decision. And
Right.
let's figure out like what else he could have done. So he had really nothing else, right? He's not
nothing else.
But important here, guys. He is actually so here's something that I want to break down. Okay. Look at where Scottie is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now imagine if that was another player. I'll guarantee you that there's another player out there who takes this exact play and they go down the middle. Right?
Yeah.
Think about that. Think about that, guys. Like all of you out there, like, I know that every one of you 280 people here who are, like with us at 1:13 in the morning. I appreciate y'all so much. Think about it. If Scottie Barnes goes down the middle, how does this play work out? It doesn't work out because that's what every other player on this team would have done. That's not Scottie. They would have gone down the middle and the defender would have had far easier gap to close to the second player. Yeah. However, by going on the opposite side, Scottie Barnes forces the defender to focus on the ball because he's not going to leave the ball, right? Guys, you got it, right? Like, I'm not like talking out of my ass. If Scottie Barnes doesn't stay on the side of the floor, that defender can actually recover to Gary Trent Jr. By doing this for Gary Trent Jr., he's giving Gary Trent Jr. an open layup as opposed to a highly contested layup, which he'll probably miss, which he does all the time, by the way. And guys, honestly, one of the worst things about the Raptors offense, they fuck transition so much. Mm-hmm. How many times tonight by the way, here's a thing. I know we're not going to get into the tape of it. How many times did Chris Boucher fall out of bounds, not make it up the court, and Fred VanVleet didn't even notice that he wasn't there? He didn't even look back. He didn't even notice that he was playing 4-on-5. That's the guy you want to run your offense through. The guy who doesn't realize his team is playing 4-on-5. My God. All right, move on to the
next one. Here we go. Here we see a ghost screen by Fred VanVleet, which causes the defense to react, right? So we see that there happening, and that gives Scottie a lane to the middle. At this point, people are overreacting because he's such a mismatch for everybody, including De'Aaron Fox, just because of his size. So when that happens, Lyles doesn't play the ball right, and you just get... So this is what I hate about assists.
That's really not an assist.
Right, like nothing against him, but this shit should not count as assist. And
in Europe,
this is league wide, and this is
in
like
Europe it wouldn't.
Wide.
Let's move on to the next one. This is a trash assist.
Yeah, that's a trash assist. Here we go.
See, we're keeping it real. We're keeping
Yeah.
it real with you guys.
Okay, here we go. Here we go here. So we see a nice let me back it up. So just to explain what the Raptors are in, this was a double staggered screen here for Pascal Siakam. The play really started over here, but they kind of fast forwarded it. And here's a second screen, which again gets Pascal going with the live dribble. Back to Scottie here, and just a goddamn dime. Oof. What a
So
dime.
everyone,
Okay.
every one of you media
Okay.
guys out there who are always complaining that Christian Coloco can't finish dunks, can't finish layups, tell me how often he's passed to the way Clint Capella, DeAndre Jordan in his prime. These guys are set up to shoot 70% at the rim, but not when they're getting passes from guys who can't make passes like this. This is a clean look.
This is a clean look, and
it's beautiful, and it uses the no look again.
And on top of Scottie executing it, because obviously it comes down to process as well. I feel like people all the time just look for the result, and the process of the entire play was magnificent. So great kudos to the coaching staff, but the players for executing, because this was an actual set by the Raptors that I actually enjoyed. One of the very few that I did, because this is a whole team, right? Strong side action. Strong side over here, weak side action over here, which was a double stagger screen coming off. Great roll by Coloco here. And again, great look by Siakam back to his point guard, and his point guard attacks the middle. The defense converges, and then boom, drop off, no look. Just beautiful. And also think to note here that no look pass as well is what, caught Keegan Murray off guard, because Keegan could have easily thought that this was going for a 3-point shot, and it didn't.
But Scottie's looking at the rim, so he doesn't even realize that he's going to make a pass. He doesn't even see Coloco sneaking behind him. And guys, Coloco's like in the dunker spot right now. And basically, this is why the no looks are not a gimmick. Real no looks, not those fake, I looked at you and then whatever. Because as a defender, you're watching the guy's face, you're watching the ball, you're watching his hips, right? So when you really put yourself in a motion to score and then suddenly you pass off, there's a split second where everyone has to react to that. And if the offensive player that you're playing with, i.e., if we'd been running Barnes at point and all these players that he's passing to right now, like Kem Birch, Chris Boucher, Thad Young, etc., had actual chemistry with him, they would understand those passes are actually coming. Right now, you'll see sometimes Barnes will throw a pass and the guys will just fumble it because they're just not used to getting passes in that situation, because you become conditioned and brainwashed working in this offense, playing with just selfishness. And you're just like, okay, I'm wide open, I'm not going to get the ball. And it's like Barnes finds you. So yeah, shout out to any Raptors out there. If Scottie Barnes has the ball, move. He will find you.
And to Siakam's credit here as well, Siakam's gravity gets Metu to like play tighter up top, right? Which this allows the actual roll. So when this function, so without Siakam's gravity, none of this happens. So this is why I love Siakam in the right type of system. And I just wish that the Raptors would be more focused on running sets like this that gets them going. So that's why this roll happens here, because he could have easily just dropped the pass, right? Easy ass pass to make. He doesn't make it, which is fine. So let your point guard find him in a dunker spot, because he can blow by anybody. So great stuff there. Let's move on to the next play. Here we go. Oh goodness. Great pass. Great cut. Okay, here we go. So here we see Scottie Barnes go one-on-one against a clear a mismatch against Trey Lyles. He's just observing the floor. He's scanning what's open and what's not. Everybody's
heads up all the time. Heads up.
Always heads up. See what I'm saying? His head is looking. He's scanning everybody. He's just waiting for the defense to react. He's gonna
make
take
a mistake.
Defense gives him, right, and that's all he's doing. So at this point, not to bash Fred. Fred's head will be down right now, looking for his own shot. Okay,
100%.
Scottie Barnes is actually looking for a mistake in the defense, and he waits. So he makes his move. He spins around, And this is the timely cut, high basketball IQ by Juancho. Shout out to to Mr. Cruz here. And that's the right play. Scottie has the awareness to know where the hell he's at.
Mhm.
And this is just a great pass and a great cut. So good stuff there.
Awesome. Let's get to the next one.
Here we go. Scottie Barnes, 1-on-1 against De'Aaron.
And guys, just in case you're wondering,
what a pass. Holy
oh my gosh.
smokes. I mean, this is just God-given talent on
Can you play it at real speed?
Yeah, I'll play it real and then slow it down. Look at this. It's so impressive what he does. Okay, so let's break this one down, bro. So this is the opposite side.
God likes some people and God doesn't like some other people, and God blesses some people with generational vision. And this is how we break this play down, because honestly, I didn't see this pass and he saw this pass.
I didn't see this
and pass. I see everything.
And I'm a very good passer.
Yeah,
by the way.
No, me too. I'm seeing it from the television and I didn't see it. Like when something like that happens, I'm like, I know I'm in the presence of greatness.
This is the moment right here, okay? This is the exact moment.
Wait. Facts.
So
Banton deserves some credit here too.
Yes, he does. But this is the moment, right? Eye vision. They make eye contact. And again, what does Scottie do well? He waits. His head is always up, and he waits for the defense to make a mistake. So in this position, because the Kings are afraid of Scottie's hook shot, which Scottie made a living today inside the paint, because everybody's just too small to guard him. So Sabonis reacts to it, brings the double. But at this moment, Scottie already knows what he's going to do, which is the beautiful thing. He already processed the whole thing. And when we say he's 2 steps ahead of people, this is 2 steps ahead of everybody, okay? So
wait. To use a term that Raptor fans will be familiar with, he's 2 steps away from being 2 steps away.
No. Christian Colok, what's his name?
Bruno
Caballero.
Yeah.
And he played for the Kings, so I know that mother hover. Here we go. So great cut here. And Scottie waits the exact, again, here he goes. He's looking them off. He knows exactly where he's at. He's looking at Keegan. He's looking at Sabonis. They're thinking, okay, or Monk. Okay. Monk is thinking this is a pass to Gary Trent. Just beautifully, right? Oh, psych. Here we go.
Do you know why I'm laughing?
Right.
Rewind that for a second. Now, guys out there, please take your eyes off of the brilliant passing of Scottie Barnes and just look at Pascal Siakam and Gary Trent throughout this entire play. Just look at them.
You were paying attention to something now. Look, let me see. What? Why the fuck are you asking for the ball up here? First and foremost.
Bro.
Oh my God. He's
what is wrong with this, bro?
The ball. This is a perfect illustration. It's too much.
You got like 3-on-5 This is Barnes basically taking 3-on-5. Okay. He's just like, okay, 2 of you guys are with me. These other 2 guys are just going to stand out there. They're not providing any spacing, guys. Listen, if Siakam was Karl Anthony Towns right now, I know we've been kind of down on Karl Anthony Towns. The amount of gravity that Karl Anthony Towns has out there, he would actually be sucking somebody out. And I just want to transition this because we're going to get into a few more plays here, but I want Leo to take us through the Kings offense a little bit after this. So we can get some Sacramento, because by the way, this is like we are at 124 on the East Coast, but we're just getting into nice sleepy time in Sacramento. So we're going to be transitioning over to something that's both Raptors and Kings related after this, where Leo's going to take us through the Kings offense, why it's working so smoothly, and we're going to look at some of the stuff that they do with Domas and Fox, right? Like we're going to do that. Yep. Okay, so let's go into this.
Again, this is just hilarious, but yeah. So to your point, Monk. So Gary does provide spacing in an aspect that Monk is afraid of his shot here, but again, Scottie knows exactly what's going to happen, and just a great finish there. Let's move on to the next one. Here we go. Okay, let me see what he does here. Okay, so just a regular play here. This one will be quick. Nice down screen by Thad here. Just an easy assist, easy play. Boom, boom. Let's move on to the next one. Let me see, Scottie. And at this point, the Raptors are up by 4 in the third quarter. At this point, Mike Brown was already ejected. Oof, what a great look. Okay, so this is actually a good one.
Yo, Leo, you want to know where people are actually from in this chat?
What are they saying?
We got global, baby.
Uh-oh. Here we go. Here we go.
Saskatchewan. Shout out Saskatchewan. Shout out Toronto. Brampton. Winnipeg.
Beautiful. Okay. So here we see some strong side action, right? By Scottie. We see a pick here by Coloco. And why this works is because this is an iteration of the Spain pick and roll, but on the weak side where Fred VanVleet sets a back pick on the guard. And I always say on Basketball Zone, guards do not communicate on every level, whether that be elementary, middle school, high school, AAU, college. For the most part, most guards don't like to talk. So why the Spain pick and roll is so successful is because you put guards in positions to communicate. So this is a good backstream by Fred VanVleet, which gets my guy open over here, and then he rolls to the basket, and it's a great look by Scottie Barnes. Just a great play overall, man. So I love it. I love an iteration of the Spain pick and roll, which is my favorite action in basketball. Next play here.
Hold on for a second. I got to give a shout out to France.
Okay.
We got Korea. Okay.
Korea.
We got Ottawa. We got Montreal. Scarborough. Where are you from in Scarborough? Let me know. Give me intersections. I want intersections. Barrie. All right. Did I tell you we got Congo up in here?
We
got Congo up in here. That's crazy. Okay. Vancouver. Victoria.
Beautiful.
Kitchener.
Victoria. Love it. Okay, perfect. So we saw a
Hold on. It's just Scarborough. Relax. No baby needed. Why the shade on Scarborough? Why? Like what's going on here? Scottie Barnes claimed Scarborough. Did he not? Scarborough's awesome. Shout out to Scarborough. Ignore Tanzania. Holy. My girlfriend is obsessed with Tanzania. She's been there. Sweden. Leo, are you processing this?
Hold up, I'm trying to look at the screen because so for me, all I'm seeing is the play, so I can't see like.
No, I'm reading it out to you.
Okay, so now I'm on my phone. Holy smokes, that's dope.
I mean, we got like 9 countries up in here.
That's
Mark
beautiful.
Anderson, the biggest Scottie Barnes hater on the planet. I see your comments, sir. I do not agree with them, but I am too angry. I am too tired to be angry at you right now. All right, Scarborough is amazing. I agree. All right, back to the play. I'm sorry. I just it's so cool. It's so cool to have a global attendance, guys. This is it's humbling. Thank you so much to everyone.
So on the last one, we just saw Gary Trent cherry pick, and Scottie Barnes just found him for an easy play there. So on this play, I haven't watched it yet. Oh, again, one of his famous just overhead passes. This is good stuff here, right? Just a great pass there. Nice cut there. I don't know if this is after a time. Was this after a timeout? Yes, I think this is an ATO here, drawn up by Nick Nurse. So good stuff there. That was the last assist. Okay, let me see.
Yo, Christopher Chu, Agent Court? Is that Agent Court, Warden and Shepherd? Nice. That's cool, man. All right.
See.
Bro,
Okay.
We got Madagascar and East Africa up in here.
Wow, that's awesome. That is awesome.
Leo's like, I'm just trying to look up stats and plays. You can fanboy over your global attendance all you want, buddy.
No.
Court, shout out.
Do you want to watch Fred VanVleet's bat shots, or should we move on to the Kings?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like this is too late for Fred VanVleet bad shots. I feel like I want to leave people on a high note. I really do. I mean, okay, let me know in the comments. Like, shout it out in the comments. And honestly, if you guys vote on Fred VanVleet bad shots, we'll look at Fred VanVleet bad shots. But my mother told me, think about good things when you go to sleep.
That's
Rest
true.
in peace, my mom. But yeah,
Rest
like
in peace. Okay, so let's look at some of Sabonis' passes then. That way we kind of illustrate what a well-oiled machine of a good offense is.
that's true.
Sabonis. So we can look at his attempts.
We got so much of the bad shots. Okay.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, my mom. Yeah, for sure, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's been like 15 years. Actually, oh my god. Yo, I need to give a shout out to my mom.
Yes, sir.
Sorry. Today is December 15th. My mother passed away on December 15th, 2008. So I just want to take a moment, honestly, and just say, and it was around this time. It was actually exactly this time. My mother passed away at 1:30. That is crazy. Wow. It's 1:31 right now. At 1:30, the doctor came out and told a 20-year-old me that my mother was no more. That's crazy.
Rest in peace.
That's 14 years. But you know what? Like, my mom always told me that if you become a good person, my life's work is complete. And I hope that I have done that for her.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
Thank you to all of you, man. Honestly, I appreciate it. Yeah, it's like, man, this is like a family thing here. Just thank you. Yeah.
Amen.
All right. Let's go into it.
Okay. So I want to look at his attempts. Actually, I'm gonna look at his assists first. Let's look at his assists first.
Wait, hold on. I want to say one more thing. Sorry, I'm getting sentimental here. I want to give a shout out to Scottie's mom too. Kat, if you ever end up watching this, you're one of the best people in the whole world. You really are. And you have, like, straight up, guys, like, honestly, Scottie Barnes comes from good people. Like, I can't even, like, I'm not gassing. And shout outs, Kat, because you did like I'm not trying to big up like women who had to do it like the hard way, but raising a young man, that many kids, she's GOAT. Like, I knew he would be so great from her. Sometimes the apple does not fall far from the tree. So yeah, shout outs to Kat. You're amazing. All right, let's move on.
Beautiful there. Here we go. So we see a whole side reversal from the Kings here. Nice floor spread out for them, and they want to throw the ball into Sabonis. Typically, this is a split cut, but we see a quick cut here because Scottie brings a double, and the Raptors defense is very aggressive. They were very aggressive. They set the tone early on. They would contest everything. So good double here. That was the game plan all along, is to double Sabonis. So that opens it up for TD, who was very good for them in the beginning. This is just good basketball. Like, good cut there, and too late. Good shot. Here we go on the next one. And this is what we were talking about earlier, where you have a center not only grab the rebound, which he had 21 of those, but push the ball in transition. This is your point center, and he knows exactly where everybody's at this point. He has 3 guys ahead of him. What's he going to do? Okay, he's going to kick it off, and he's going to react just like good passers do. He's going to react because guys are taught to stop the ball. He's going to react to what Fred VanVleet does, and he does the right thing. And to me, this is a mistake by Fred because Sabonis is not a threat out here, right? So huge mistake by Fred VanVleet. Sabonis takes advantage of this mistake, and he just finds an open TD for 3. Now, the Kings are very good in transition. Here we go. And once again, Sabonis in transition. He's scanning the whole floor. Everybody runs with the purpose. And I think this is the difference right now with the Raptors and the Kings is that every screen set, every time you run your lane, it's done with a purpose. Like they're purposely doing this with the true intent to get a quality shot every single time. Now that doesn't mean you're going to get points every time, but the process is so important, and that's what Mike Brown preaches every single time. The process of how you get a quality shot, and this is one of those again.
We have a question here for you. Don't the Kings have top 5 offense or something like that?
They do.
They do.
They do. Yes, they are top 5, top 4. It depends on the night, but they fluctuate from 5 to 2 on any given night. The Celtics are far beyond the best offensive basketball. So good stuff there by TD, ex-Raptor here, and once again Sabonis always with his head up, right? His instincts are to always pass the ball. He does. Open shot, bad defense by the Raptors.
You can't see this. Sorry, Leo, to interrupt you. There's a question for you. Hey, Leo, you see how Holmes almost immediately was subbed in after Brown got ejected? I don't think Mike Brown is a fan of Holmes. Do you think that's true?
I think that's true. And I don't know why, because obviously we saw when Shemezi Metu came into the game, and I told Rob this, I was texting, I'm like, well, this is crazy. Like, this has happened too long. Okay, so quick story for Raptor fans. Sabonis, Harrison Barnes, Rashawn Holmes. They all had pitiful, disgusting games the first 4 games of the year, which is why they were 1-4. Obviously, Harrison Barnes, Sabonis, one of your better players. They got the long leash, and Rashawn didn't. And it's funny because he makes $12 million a year, so he should be one of your better players, and in theory, he is. 2 years ago, he was averaging damn near 14 and 10. And the Raptors had a lot of interest in signing him as well. It came down to the Raptors and the Kings. But so that happened. He got demoted. Metu's been playing really good offensively, but that's where the Raptors took advantage, right? Where they took that lead was when Sabonis went to the bench. Now you saw a huge difference there. Metu playing center, he's undersized. He's a power forward playing center, so offensively it makes sense because he's faster than everybody else. But defensively is where they truly suffer. So that happened, and I've literally been crying for Holmes to play and to give him a chance, because if they want to trade this man, they got to build up his trade value.
I think
he's not part of the future. You got to at least play him, give him the confidence to get back to that level where he was, to then try to trade him. So
can we shift gears for a second? Because I think that a lot of Raptor fans are just kind of like tired right now, and they want to have a peace out sort of. Can we shift to just now that we've seen some good offense? Can we shift to Fred VanVleet shots?
Oh yeah,
I've changed my mind. I want to see it after seeing some good offense. We saw Barnes passing. I want to see, and I think here's another thing I want to look at. It's not just Fred VanVleet shots. I want to see what the other guys are doing. Who else is open when he's shooting? I think because that's going to be a really central point of my low light mix. So I want to see when he's taking a shot, like what is available. So Raptor fans, who are out there like saying that, hey, Fred VanVleet gunned his shot. Maybe we can pause and play, and in the comments, you can tell me what you think Fred should have done instead, right? And I can flash it on the screen for everybody to see. Cool. This is a good way to keep us energized right now. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so here we see a push off and an offensive foul there, and he got away with it.
Okay.
Great move there. I was tweeting out like, man, the Kings are really making Fred VanVleet look really good right now. I said, this is just bad defense by Terrence Davis.
He knew that Terrence Davis and De'Aaron Fox starting in the backcourt, he was going to get whatever he wanted.
Pull up. Okay, so this is a good one here. So this is in transition. Okay,
we got Tokyo in the house. Shout out to Tokyo.
Shout out to Tokyo. At this point, he has, I guess, 2 guys ahead of him. I guess if you count Scottie. So quick shot. 21 seconds left, and I don't know. This is just a bad habit from Siakam, but why the fudge is he asking for the ball at the logo? He just I think he just does this just naturally. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why he's doing this.
Let me ask you a question. If you played with Fred VanVleet, wouldn't you feel a need to do this too sometimes? I feel like I empathize with Siakam. Shout outs to Siakam, man. I understand. I understand that.
That's funny.
You know.
So this is a quick 3-point shot in transition here. And yes, that was a miss.
How many seconds were on the clock there?
21.
Holy shit. It takes him 5 seconds to get up the court, bro. Jeez.
That's what he took out of that. I love it. Okay.
I don't want to turn this into the roast of Fred VanVleet. People are telling me that, people would be like, bro, if you want to be taken serious as an analyst, I actually want to be taken serious as a stand-up comedian. So let's go through this.
Yes. Okay. So we actually see the Raptors run their offense here into the high post. So very similar to what the Kings do. Some split cut action here. Here's a little back screen by Fred, which allows him to pop up for a nice dribble handoff here. DHO. So now he's looking, he's probing, and he gets to a spot, which is good offense here. So
hold on. Can we please look at the obvious play here? You've got Chris Boucher cutting to the basket behind a defender who's not aware of him, and you don't pass to him. Instead, you take a contested 2. That is contested, guys. Rear contests count as contests. Okay? Bro, I don't care if the shot goes in or not. I don't remember if it went in, but that's a shit shot.
But this is what this action was designed to do, though. If this was Scottie, obviously,
he passes to Chris. He passes to Chris
easily.
Or he passes to like some player that I don't even know is on the court right now because Scottie Barnes is a genius and I'm just a mere mortal. But
this is Fred, though. So this is actually a good play for Fred.
Facts. Scottie Barnes would have thrown the alley-oop.
No, I think Scottie would have just dropped it off right here. Like at this point, it's a pass.
Scottie is a showman. Okay, he would throw the alley-oop. Come on, let people have it. He would throw the alley-oop. Chris Boucher would throw down a thunderous jam. But honestly, with the way the Raptors offense goes, it would probably be like he would throw an alley-oop and Chris Boucher would get like stumped at the rim or something or fall underneath the basket. And then everyone would be like, oh my God, if that was Fred, he would have just done the secure play.
So the alley-oop was to Koloko here on the roll.
Oh my God. We're having a watershed moment. Phil Real says, Robert, you may have opened my eyes on Fred. Let's give Leo some credit. Shout out to Leo. Taking us through the game film here. And if you want to hate watch Fred, go back and watch my 4-minute low light video. I feel like my girlfriend and I laughed at that one.
James.
Yeah. My girlfriend and I laughed at that like when I first made it, and she's like, are you sure you want to post this? And I was just like, people need to know. Yeah.
Here we go. High double stagger screen for Mr. Fred VanVleet. Again, this whole offense revolved around him at times. That's why it makes me mad when I see this. But it's all good.
You don't like fadeaway contested 35% shooters? You don't like that? That's not efficient offense for you?
No.
0.7 shots, 0.7 points per possession doesn't look good to you?
Okay, so he makes this shot, right?
That was very Steph Curry-esque.
Yes, it was. It was very Steph Curry-esque. I love that this was Steph Curry. And again, this is designed for Fred to get this shot. He makes it. Kudos to him. I like this shot better than the last shot now that I looked at it. So good for him. So we also got to give him credit, though. So this was a good shot by him.
Okay.
Yeah. This was designed for him. This is a play called for him specifically. I would like more plays called for Scottie, not to necessarily score, but to allow him to make the right play. If that's him scoring, fine. If not, we know what he's going to do because he's a very unselfish guy. Here we see a pick and roll with Siakam and Koloko, which leads into a dribble handoff. So or never mind. It should have. I don't know what the hell Bo Cruz is doing. So he's not there. God damn! Don't tell me he shoots this. Okay. Oh, this is the play. Robert, this is the play where Robert was texting me. Okay.
I think what I texted you. Oh my god! Are these in chronological order?
Yes.
Oh my god! I could actually like read you my texts from the game.
Okay. No, don't do that.
Oh, right. Sensitive information. Okay.
So this is just bad defense by TD. He gets by him, and this is just Fred in a nutshell, right? Like no bursts, not much touch. If we compare him, right, for a guy that makes $23 million a year, that touch is not $23 million touch. Okay.
Is it 10-day? What level of touch is it? Can we get a metric on this? Is it a 10-day contract touch? Is it an exhibit 10 deal touch? 2-way contract? Where are we talking? Veteran league minimum, Euro league, Turkish league?
No, that's a disrespect to the Turkish league, because those motherfuckers have touch out there in Europe. Shout out to my Turkish people, man, in the chat.
We haven't seen Turkey show up in the chat. I don't think we're ever going to see Turkey show up again.
Oh, they will. Oh, you know why they will?
Because I just said Turkey.
No, because you and me are going to do an Alpro and Shingun breakdown, and we'll have plenty of Turkey people.
We'll do it. We'll do it.
I got 35,000 views on that Shingun video, so we're bound to get some more.
Okay.
Here we go. So, yeah. Okay, let's stop the pile. All right, so next play here. God diggity. What the fuck was that?
So damn, y'all still alive. Respect. Respect indeed, man. We're having fun here. We're having fun.
Here we see. Okay, so there's 11 seconds left. I understand this is a 2-for-1. Larry
Kane says that was horrible. 10-cent touch.
But don't tell me that.
Oh, shout outs. Fred put up the ball thinking he's John Morant. Yo, I'm not even the only comedian here. Shout outs to all of you guys.
Look at funny. Nick Nurse. Okay, this might be a comedic moment for Robert. Look at Nick Nurse looking at Fred like, oh my God, is he gonna shoot this ball from there? Yes. And then look at his face. Okay, he's like, oh no. Oh no, fudge. She said, look at his face. Look at that. Okay, I'm literally pulling a Robert here, y'all.
Oh my God,
that is crazy. Let me go right here.
Hold on, let's play this out. Okay, hold on. Hang on. Go. Play it.
Malone stripped by Michael, stolen by MJ. Bulls down 1. 17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Michael against Russell, 12 seconds. 11.
We can't time it. I wanted to give Fred VanVleet a shout out, to every undersized guard who wanted to be like Michael Jordan. Yo, you're living all our dreams, bro. Okay, go on.
Okay, so yeah, that wasn't a good shot there. Here we go again. Go screen here. This is the one we watched earlier. Look at this is probably the most bursts we've seen all season, though. So shout out to Mr. Fred VanVleet.
Yeah,
and this is on fellow Canadian Trey Lyles, right?
Yeah. Inside scoop, his agent told him that he's playing for Maccabi Tel Aviv next year if he doesn't fix this.
This is a good move, though.
I'm sorry, bro. Like, honestly, with the amount of frustration that I've had over Fred VanVleet, I don't mean to be mean. I really don't. I feel like I'm resorting to a level of shit talking, right?
But
straight up, like, this game drove me insane.
This was a good move, though. That was a good
Trey Lyles, the pride of Saskatoon.
Yeah.
Shit. Oh my God.
This shot, I'm okay with this shot, right? This is within the flow of the offense. He shoots it and he misses. So
okay,
I'm okay with that.
Go back to it. Go back to the release. Let's focus on it. This is when he
or he makes the extra pass over here to Thad,
which is which would not be a great shot. And you know what, guys? Honestly, the correct play here, in my opinion, if I was the coach and I was doing a film session with these guys, I would say the right play is, Fred VanVleet takes the shot if the guy doesn't get out to him soon enough. But I think once he gets into his form, I think he gets out to him.
Yeah, he does.
Take us to the point of release. That's contested. Per the analytics, that would be a contested three for a guy who's shooting like what in the 20s for three over the last few games. Like, this is bad. I mean, I don't think this is a great shot. Also, like, I'm not sure that that's a high quality shot. What I would like to see him do is drive it, right, and pass it out to Delano Banton. Now, to those of you out there saying, Rob, you just lost all credibility saying Delano Banton should be shooting threes. Okay. Objectively speaking, Delano Banton corner open three is a higher percentage shot than Fred VanVleet contested three right now. And you can look at the numbers on that. Delano Banton has improved a lot on those shots. And we saw him hit a few. So
I'm not mad at the shot. I'll be honest. I'm not mad at the
everything right now. I'm just mad. I'm just hating on this guy right now.
I'm not mad on the shot, but he could have easily pump faked and sidestep like a Kevin Huerter and then shot the ball as well.
Bro, please do not put Kevin Huerter, one of the smartest players in the league, and Fred VanVleet,
I'm just saying he could have sidestepped and then shot the ball. But he didn't. Here we go again. Fred is looking at everybody. He sees Siakam. He sees, who is that? That's Scottie? Can't tell. Yeah, Scottie. And he does this. God, this is our Robert here. I'm gonna let you just clown him on this one.
Okay. So we got 20 seconds on the clock. Okay,
so we got 20 seconds on the clock, right? He makes the move.
Yep.
Right. He cradles the ball, which is the right move here. But the fact that he doesn't have the burst or the athleticism like a De'Aaron to literally yak it on you, he resorts to a contested, which he could have, tried to dump it off to Scottie Barnes. Little bounce pass, Scottie gets it, he dunks it.
That's a very obvious kick out, right? Or a dump off pass to Scottie. I can't, how, right? It's not even a dump off behind the back. It's a dump off right between the defenders. Scottie would see this, and Scottie's obviously there for a reason, right? Like he's expecting it. Well, I mean, if he's played with Fred VanVleet long enough, he shouldn't be expecting it. It's just terrible shot.
Yeah.
So when Alvin Williams, if you end up watching, you're not going to watch this 3.5 hours in, but I mean, in reality, if somebody who knows Alvin Williams decides to forward this to him, please call this out. Be like, you know what, maybe you're not willing to go as far as I would, in your position of privilege to be able to call this game in front of a national audience, but maybe just say, hey, I don't know about that shot. Just at least put that doubt out there so that we don't have a generation of kids coming up thinking that was a great shot because you're like, oh, well, at least he's being aggressive. No, bro. No. All right.
Okay, so we see another. You're not gonna like this one. This is just bad defense by the Kings, and we see a switch here, right, from De'Aaron to HB on Fred, and Fred is like, okay, I'm gonna step backwards and shoot this shot, which he was feeling himself tonight. So I don't know. I mean,
I don't even hate that shot.
Yeah,
I don't hate that shot. I don't hate that shot because what I would have hated is if he had taken that exact same shot from 3 feet closer to the basket. That I would have hated. As a long two, I would have hated that. I think, okay, yeah, like fine. We can, I mean, I'm not going to roast the guy for taking shots. He's obviously got to be able to, and for anyone out there who's like, oh my God, Rob hates, hating on Freddie tonight. Yes, I'm a little bit frustrated with him, but I do believe that his willingness to take and make shots, he has to be a willing shooter. He doesn't have to be this willing at all, and that's putting it kindly, but he does have to be someone who can consistently make those shots, because I don't know if you noticed this, but Pascal Siakam, Delano Banton, Thaddeus Young, Scottie Barnes, these are not guys who are scaring anybody from three. Christian Koloko hasn't made a three all season. Kem Birch, not a great three-point shooter. So there is a lack of spacing in this offense, and you can argue that Fred VanVleet's ball dominance doesn't make it better, but maybe we can also play devil's advocate here, and I can do an about turn and say, how many point guards are asked to create in an offense that is this lacking in spacing? Is that a fair point? Yeah, I think
Yes.
that's me playing devil's advocate and saying, there isn't a lot of space to drive. And I think that's one of the things that's hurting Scottie Barnes the most as well. Because
Yes.
wide, like guys, like I read an article on Raptors Republics, shout outs to Samson Folk, and it's called the physiology, I believe, no, it's the biomechanics of Scottie Barnes. And I think it was a really interesting reader on athletes with long legs, the type of strides they need into the paint. And I think anything that expands my framework of the variables that I'm looking at when evaluating a prospect. Now, I think Scottie's a generational athlete. Larry's echoed those sentiments. I think Blake Murphy's echoed those sentiments as well. But for a guy who is like that type of athlete, long strides, long, strides into the rim, there's got to be some space for him to attack. Everything can't be congested. So my thing is, Scott, when people
Right.
say Scottie and Pascal are the most ideal fit together, they're so synergistically fitting. Well, I think the problem is that when Pascal was 2019 Pascal spacing out to the corner, taking catch and shoot threes, where I think defenses actually cared about him out there, defenses don't really care about him as all as a shooter right now. They are willing to live with him and Scottie taking those threes. And I don't think that an offense can necessarily function without that. And then to everyone saying, oh, well, trade Fred, trade Fred. Well, Fred right now still has a reputation as a shooter, right? So one thing, that was brought up in the last chat was, and I believe it was by Effie, and shout outs to Effie from North Carolina, and you were like, hey, like, Scottie's shooting 32%, Fred's shooting 32%. Why is it a bad shot for one and bad shot for the other? Well, I think that it's an important thing to note that defenses react very differently to a Scottie Barnes 3 and a Fred VanVleet 3. Fred VanVleet is not getting the threes that Scottie Barnes is getting, which is almost wide open because defenses want Fred to drive because he can't, and defenses want Scottie Barnes to shoot threes because they think he can't, which is why, to Jack Armstrong out there saying, why is Scottie Barnes shooting threes? Because unless he takes and makes those, he basically cannot help his teammates. He becomes part of the problem. And I think he knows that. He's smart enough to know that. His trainer, shout outs Brian, they know that together. And Nick Nurse knows that if Scottie Barnes does not evolve drastically as a shooter, this experiment between he and Pascal probably can't work. And ditto for Pascal. They both need to evolve as shooters. And for Fred to go out, you need to get shooting back. Because you don't want to see this offense without even him, right? So anyways, that was my little rant.
Yeah. So Raptor Eye says cap on him being generational. I'll say this. I feel like if Fred would have just dumped it off to Scottie, this would have led to another pass, right? So this is when you and I talk about the hockey assist, and Fred is reluctant to give up the ball. He could have easily just passed it back out, swing the ball. As what's his name from earlier, Coach? What was his name? Mo.
Shout outs, Mo.
As Coach Mo says, the ball has energy, and when
It
you
does.
pound the ball and you go in circles, and your name isn't Steve Nash, I have issues with this. Yes, he makes his shot, but for the most part, this isn't a quality shot because Sabonis is actually one of the better. It's funny as hell to say this. He's actually one of the best at the rim defenders in the game right now.
That is scary, but true.
No, it is. And he's done a great job in just staying vertical the whole time. He won't block your shot, but he's going to stay vertical to where he contests it and he makes it difficult on you. So
he's just really smart. He's figured this out. He knew that this was a weakness. This is like the whole reason for the Miles Turner Sabonis, pairing, because Sabonis can't guard. Sabonis is a defensive liability. And kudos to him and also to Nikola Jokic, both of whom have really figured it out. That being a big body, simply being a big body that knows where to be, makes you a half decent defender in the NBA.
Yes. So shout out to Sabonis. Obviously, great finish. But it's not a high quality shot, and that's why we're doing this, right? I think this is if you're a coach, unless your name is Nick Nurse, it's a no. Oh yes, it's like one of those. But let's move on to the next one. Oh, close up Fred here. Shout out to the cameraman. Here we see a slip by Thad. and another attack. And as Williams likes to say, he's being aggressive. But the reality is, and again, I think Scottie went back here as well, just because he's like, this motherfucker ain't gonna pass me the ball. So let me go back. He also realized that he was trying to take Sabonis with him. So shout out to Scottie for at least trying to, but Sabonis is like, he ain't gonna pass the ball. So let me go.
This is the other part of it. When you are so you're so consistently selfish, other teams game plan for you to not be a passer in those situations.
Yes.
Scottie Barnes is consistently. If I would say Scottie Barnes is a criticism, he is the anti-Fred. He is too passive. And tonight he wasn't. Tonight he took shots that were available. He reacted to defenses favorably. Honestly, like, yeah, we can be. There's 4 things about Scottie tonight: the pass to Kem Birch, the turnover in the front court where he was trying to pass to Fred VanVleet. Honestly, like, Scottie should know that Fred VanVleet's not beating anyone in a foot race right now too. So maybe that wouldn't have worked out as well. He should have dribbled it. My opinion. He could beat anyone in a foot race on the floor. Scottie Barnes is the fastest player on the floor next to De'Aaron Fox.
Yes.
But
so here we see on the next play again. Fox did a poor job tonight, and a lot of it too is because of his injury. But it's just poor screen navigation here, which then allows Freddie to get to his spot. Which again, this is a quality shot. It's wide open. So good for him for knocking down this mid-range shot here. But a lot of it too is just bad defense there.
Yeah. Just to finish my thought here. What I wanted to say was Scottie played a virtually perfect game today. It was almost perfect. There's again, like I'll point out, there's a mid-range shot that I wasn't super happy with, but I understand why he has to take it. There's the 2 turnovers, and there's offensively. Defensively, a lot of issues. I have a lot of issues with how he played defensively today. His screen navigation is troubling. At times,
got burned.
He got burned a few times.
There was De'Aaron. To be fair, he burns everybody too, though.
He does, and I think it's fair to say that in OG's absence, Scottie having to level up. Yeah. He took that assignment on Domas, and I think he got the better De'Aaron and Domas. Like, this guy is doing work for you, and let me tell you, like, no one can stay in front of De'Aaron Fox. Domantas Sabonis scores 20 plus on the regular for a reason. It's not because teams are bad at defending him. That's just because that's how good he is. He's supposed to get 20 every night.
Yes.
You're supposed to make it a difficult 20. That's what my coach always used to tell me, like, about these guys. Is like, yes, Jason Tatum's going to get 25 to 30 points. You just want to make it a really hard 30. You want to make him work for it so he'll have less gas on defense. That's pretty much how teams scheme for stars.
Yes, 100%. So here we see a switch and a terrible shot. I mean,
someone just said, would you say Fred is low-key turning into Isaiah Thomas after he was traded to Cleveland? No, because I actually liked Isaiah Thomas.
But Isaiah played no defense.
I know.
Here we go.
But for what he was awesome.
I mean, yeah, that year he was an MVP candidate right before he got effed up. So on this switch, I have so many problems with this, and here we see Siakam who's like, "Give me the ball." I have Keegan Murray on me.
You're spoiling my low light, because my low light is basically going to be Siakam standing at the logo demanding the ball for the whole game. It's going to be like 10 minutes of Siakam standing at the logo, and maybe on the season I can do a beautiful 10-hour montage of Siakam standing at a place where defenses don't care about him. Like, guys, like, straight up, this is selfish. I know that people don't talk about this enough. You are not helping anybody by doing this. You are not spacing. Nobody cares about you. All you're doing is you're allowing, if you don't move, you're just standing like, give me the ball. My turn. This is the worst offense I've ever seen.
Okay, so, and he literally looks him off, and look at his face. He's like, oh, no. He sees that, and he shoots a contested shot over Sabonis.
My boy Freddie, what happened? What happened to you? You were hitting those. You were hitting those last year.
Here we go.
Daryl says it's even funnier because he knows there's no chance Fred passes on the ball. Yo, Bro,
Um,
I feel like this. Oh my God, I don't know. Like, I feel like this laughter is about to turn into tears. Like,
yeah.
I'm just gonna straight up like ugly cry on camera, and like you, like get me some Vaseline. I'm ready to have my Stephon Marbury
Yeah.
moment, yo. This
And
is like,
Fred gets to the mid-range shot. He gets to a spot. That's a good shot there. So for the most part, he's taking a lot of bad shots. Here we see Fox trying to navigate. Nice little hook there by little OG move there to keep on his back, keep on his hip. And yeah, again.
how do you not drop that off? How?
Right.
How
So
do you not drop that off?
So
I
if
want
this
to
was
know.
the Aaron Fox doing this, I'd be okay. But this is Fred VanVleet. Easy drop off here, right? Bounce pass to Thad. Or Keegan is looking right at the ball. He's ball watching. If this was Scottie, he would have kicked it out to the corner.
Facts.
He doesn't. He sidesteps, goes with the opposite hand. Again, this is a verticality that we're talking about. So great defense here by Sabonis. Sabonis knows he's not going to pass the ball. So he just stays vertical. He uses his big body.
You see Scottie in the corner, right? That's not just me. I see you see it, right? Is that the ghost of Scottie Barnes, or is that actual Scottie Barnes?
No, that's actually Scottie Barnes.
That's really Scottie, the real Scottie Barnes?
The real Scottie Barnes, yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, so he goes up with it to no avail. And now the Kings are out in transition. And this is where the Raptors, got hurt, right? The Kings are lethal in transition. They had a few hiccups tonight, but for the most part, this is what you're trying to avoid if you're the Raptors, which is shots like that. So this could very well be, and again, this may sound like a hater, but this is like a turnover to some degree, like a live ball turnover, because it's a shit shot. And now you got De'Aaron Fox with the ball, with space. That's pretty much asking for a bucket, right? So, yeah, bad job there by Fred VanVleet. Here we see Siakam. Siakam forcefully had to pass this because he was off balance, but he was like, man, I don't want to pass it to him. So he throws it back out for the God. This guy was chucking everything. Like he had no remorse of nothing tonight. It's infuriating me just watching this back. Contested, right? 6'8" Keegan Murray with the plus wingspan. Not a good shot. He should have just pump faked him, gone to the rim, or at least to the mid-range shot for a better shot. And he didn't. So that's tough. Let's move on to the next one. You see Davion Mitchell. Geez Louise. So this shot here cost me a lot of money. Because I had the Kings plus 1.5. Obviously, they're down by 1 at this point. So I'm up. But with this 3 kind of effed me up. Terrible shot. I would take this every single time if I'm the Kings. I like my odds. He just made the shot at this point.
How far is that per synergy? That would be like 32 feet, right?
Yeah,
32 feet, 33 feet, 34 feet.
So this right here is just like a damn.
This is the type of shot you take when you are really hot. That's a heat check.
It's just not a good shot regardless. So like he's not that type of a shooter.
I mean, distance threes are his thing, but they were his thing. They haven't been this year. Not when he's shooting left, right, and
past tense.
Struggling.
Yes. Right. Again, just a tough make. He just had it going tonight.
Honestly, bet on yourself, bro. Bet on yourself. Bet on somebody else. I'm coining that phrase.
Oof. Oh my God, he's complaining about a foul. Here we go.
LA Fitness with the dribble. And I mean, he has a point. He did go right into the guy. I think he made contact with his wrist. He has a point. But I will tell you, as an objective analyst, whether Domantas Sabonis passed him or Domantas Sabonis went and took the break off and got himself some popcorn, he ain't making that. I don't care. He's not making that.
I didn't see no foul there. I saw a contest.
Hold on. Do you see Siakam right now? Yeah. Did you see Juancho? Do you see Juancho? Poor Bo Cruz. Fred VanVleet, did you not watch Hustle?
I mean,
Europeans can shoot.
This is an
apparently.
easy pass
I
to.
can't believe you don't pass to your boy. Like Siakam and him. Like Siakam is one of the dudes he still follows on IG. Like, why don't you pass it to him? He's your friend. He bets on himself too.
Oh man,
You guys are like, you guys came up together. Like, why?
That's tough.
Bet on the ball to drop. That's not Fred's shot. Yeah, no shit. What?
So again, very contested here.
I don't even see the look at that to tell you it's not going in. Look at the balance. Look at like
this is good defense here. Contested.
Daryl has made a very good point that Siakam's hands weren't up, so it's on him, and he wasn't at the logo. So
Fred doesn't. Scottie. This is gonna make Robert angry. Look at Scottie asking for the ball. He's like,
no, please. And Scottie's at the part of the floor that he really shoots hot from. Oh.
Look at this right here. Left side. Scottie Barnes is lethal from here. And he looks him off. He said,
"Guys, look up the shot chart. Leo's not gassing. I told Leo about this earlier in a different context. Like Scottie Barnes on one side of the floor from corner three is pretty abysmal, and on the other side of the floor is pretty much like Larry Bird. And like like this is some of the stuff that they're working on with him right now, is figuring out how to improve his shot diet to make him most effective, and how to bring Scottie Barnes back to Scottie Barnes. Now, I've waited 3 hours and 57 minutes into the stream to say this, but if you go back, I think I want to say about 15 days ago, somebody, it was me, said right around mid-December, look for Scottie Barnes to turn his season around. It's December 14th, guys. It's coming. I promise. It's coming.
So obviously we see the Kings bench kind of laughing like, yeah, take that shot, bud. They didn't care for that. They're up by 4. And again, context matters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Time and context. This is just a terrible shot. Down by 4 with 5 minutes left. You got to kick this out, brother. And he doesn't. So here we go there.
Raptor Eye says, I don't think Leo believes you about Scottie. No, Leo is just really, really, really interested in the game film right now. I think he believes me about Scottie, and he knows why he should believe me about Scottie. You're a goat, bro. I didn't even watch your post-game interviews yet.
Yeah. Here we go. Another contest. 2:46 left. Okay, so let's break this one down here. We see his best friend Siakam set him a pick and roll, which gets Harrison Barnes, which again, I don't know if that's the smartest thing to do. Like, you got the wrong switch there.
Look at this comment. Siakam open, Hernan Gomez open, Scottie open, Fred with the ball. Oh, look, the rim is open. Oh no! No! Can I nominate this for comment of the night?
Yeah.
Kyle, comment of the night. This is my favorite comment. I don't mean to, maybe this is hyperbole, but this might be my favorite comment in YouTube history. Let me repeat it slowly with emphasis. Siakam, open. Hernan Gomez, open. Scottie, open. Fred with the ball. Oh, look, the rim is open.
That's pretty funny. So here,
bro, I'm like giggling like a toddler right now. I feel like this is high school shit. Like I feel like I'm laughing at that dude who just never passed the ball at LA Fitness, and that's why he's LA Fitness.
Yeah. So at this point, I think some of the Raptor players, and they're focused. This is just bad offensive construction. Some of the guys are out of position. A lot of it too because they know he's not going to pass the ball. Fred doesn't have eyes behind his back, so he doesn't see Trent. He only sees Siakam, which he's being guarded. But either way, he could have just dumped it off here for Thad. Maybe he gets a foul called on Sabonis. They are at home.
Yeah.
And he takes his contested shot over 6'8" Harrison Barnes.
Guys, I think we're killing like a lot of other Raptors content right now in terms of views. But since I know by tomorrow there's going to be thousands of views on this, can we please popularize the rim is open? As Daryl says, the rim is open. If anything can replace bet on yourself tagline, it's this. So I think that we need to do that. Or LA Fitness. Pick your Raptorized is right. You're right. Leo only cares about the video. Raptorized, it's because Leo can't see your comments. Only I can see your comments. That's why he doesn't care. That's why he doesn't care about the comments. He can only see his screen.
I'm looking at the video because I have the cell phone right next to me now. So
Facts.
right here, this is the moment where it's Scottie Barnes in a nutshell. He's like, "Oh my God, I'm open," and he sees him right, and he's like, right here. So he can easily, pass the ball to Scottie. Potentially, Scottie pump fakes and he gets to the rim and he gets fouled. Yep. What does he do? He crosses back to the other side. He's like, "Yeah, psych, I'm not passing it to you." He crosses back. And he goes back again. He's playing with his lunch. He's playing with his lunch. And Sabonis does a great job here of moving his feet again against a very slow point guard. But he gets there. No foul. Fred gets away with the little shimmy hook. Again, OG move here. You see this here. He swings his elbow to create the space. He doesn't get the foul call because the refs knew that they could have called it offensively if they wanted to, but they didn't. So it's a great no call. He stays vertical and he makes the shot. So again, he makes a shot, but it's saying no. Oh, yes, he made it. It's a guy at LA Fitness where you're just like, fudge, bro. I can't believe he made that. Like, that's exactly what his teammates are thinking right now.
Someone said Toronto is the only place where an undrafted guy and a 27th overall pick can both politic their way to max volume leadership positions.
That's funny.
Jeez. I don't know if it's the only place.
Here we see,
but it's one of the only places. Yeah.
God, this guy was just throwing shit out the rim today. At this point, De'Aaron Fox is playing the 3-point shot, so he doesn't care about it too, right? So he lets him go there. And this is just VanVleet in a nutshell, okay? And I want people to really pay attention to here. And if you guys don't see what I see, which I saw it right away, and me as a point guard myself, and is a very good passer at the
LA Fitness
level,
straight.
At this point, I would have just dimed the pass to Gary Trent in the corner.
I've seen the tape, guys. He would do it for sure. I've seen him play.
And it's unfortunate because this is an NBA player making $23 million a year, and yet he decides with 9 seconds left. Time is everything, right? Context matters here. You're down by 4. A 2 does nothing for you. And he decides to take a contested shot. I can't make this up, bro. When the easy pass here.
Look at him. Look at. Can we please say that Gary's heart just broke?
Yes,
into 400 pieces. Look at Gary Trent's body language here.
Yeah,
he's just like, I can't believe this.
And look at him. He's just like, damn. This was Scottie. This was gone already. So yes, I think that's
shout outs to Scottie for not throwing his hands up.
This is the last play. I know there's a ton of Raptor fans in here, but y'all, but y'all can't tell me that this is not an absurd freaking tackle on De'Aaron. I mean, Jesus Christ! What? And then he missed.
Okay. First of all, that is okay. So that's two things. Number one, you're putting the refs in a very, very awkward position where they could easily call you for an offensive foul. Number two, you're probably so nervous about making the shot that you're probably like, unless I break this guy's back on this play, I'm never going to get the shot off anyway. I'm probably going to get blocked. So you decide maybe risking an offensive foul is probably better than getting blocked by De'Aaron Fox, who's long, right? Like he's super long defender. I mean, he's not a good defender, but he can block your ass, right? Especially when you're
Steph Curry before.
He's blocked Steph Curry. So, I mean, Sir Cats, for real, I don't think that was a flop. There's not a player in the league who would even chance flopping on that play.
Yeah. What the Come on,
No,
bro.
this is
That's
dude,
crazy.
dude. This is why Raptor fans, honestly, I don't mean to like throw shade on Raptor fans, but like we get a really bad reputation around the NBA for being like
Bro,
unfiltered homers.
Jesus
And Knicks
Christ.
fans, what other fan base? Celtics fans, Lakers fans, pretty
Full
much.
extension. Okay, this is breaking down. Full extension of the arm, and this is a flop. This is crazy.
Someone said, didn't Fox die 3 times in one game? For real, he did.
Poor guy has stitches all over his eye right now. Geez Louise. And he missed a shot. I can't believe he got the shot. This is nobody within, I don't know, 5 feet of him.
Fred VanVleet ran into Fox so many times today. That's why the Kings coach got angry and ejected. Straight up, honestly, like, you know, you're getting mad watching it at home, right?
Yeah.
But he's watching it like 5 feet from his face.
Right.
Like, I would have lost my mind if I was Mike Brown. I'm surprised he didn't jump onto the court sooner and just knock the ref out.
Yeah.
Like straight, like honestly, kudos, you know, like that's crazy.
He was pretty upset. Now
have you ever seen him do that?
No, I was the first. And I mean, Fox, for the most part, Fox doesn't complain like that animated. And tonight he was pretty animated because I mean he was getting hacked tonight. And again, that's part of like the aggressive nature of the Raptors.
But I mean, like, can you just like, okay, the same guy who doesn't register that he's 4 on 5 on offense because Chris Boucher hasn't made it up the court. And I mean, like, I'm sorry, like while you were breaking down the film, I was talking about my mom and talking about where people are from, but there's definitely a few plays where Fred VanVleet took a shot early in the offense where Chris Boucher hadn't even made it down the court. So the guy who doesn't even register that his own offense is at such a perceptive disadvantage going 4 on 5, doesn't know how to run a fast break when his team is 5 on 4. Also happens to not know that the guy he knocked down was his primary defender and that he doesn't need to fade away on that stupid ass 3. Like, this is just a lack of vision. Anyone who look, a lot of guys have this perception that point guards need to be short. I cannot tell you how many times a day I encounter a comment from somebody that says, Scottie's not a point guard. Fred's a real point guard. Even, you know, Vince, shout outs to Vince, who was on. He even said, like, you know, the Raptors would be much worse with Scottie Barnes. I understand that Fred VanVleet takes care of the ball. As I said, it's very easy to take care of the ball if all you do is dribble and you shoot everything. But as far as I'm concerned, some of these shots should count as turnovers. Every single time he misses a corner shooter open, that should count as a turnover. Missing an open cutter, turnover. Missing a guy diving to the basket, turnover. Alley-oop pass that he doesn't make to Christian Coloco, turnover. All of those are turnovers.
Okay, so let me show Raptor fans what a playmaking 96 percentile point guard does in the league when you have burst, athleticism, and vision. This is the type of pressure that he puts on him. You got 3 Raptors, right? Fairly on him because they understand how explosive he is. And this is the accurate precision.
Hold on. Before you go forward, Raptor fans in the comments section, go forward like 1 frame.
Forward 1 frame?
Yeah. What do you think he should do? Let me know in the comments. What do you think De'Aaron Fox should do right now? I'm very curious.
Okay, so here we go. So at this, again, I feel like Fred would have just popped a mid-range shot right now. And he doesn't. So here we go. Some people might say pass it out to HB. Obviously, he doesn't.
Raptorized said pass to Barnes. I'm not surprised Raptorized said that. Silent said pass to Sabonis. Let's play it out. Oh, we have another pass to man behind him.
Okay, so some people might think after watching, oh well, that's the easy pass. But how many times did we say that about Fred? And
Daryl says, look at Sabonis.
Right. So this is a precise bounce pass in a congested lane with 3 plus length defenders, and it's the right pass.
100%.
And you get again like Fox. Again, Fox has taken slack because he doesn't put up box score assists, but he does this every single game, and we'll see it right now. So here we go again. He turns Scottie, and again, and people are going to shit on Scottie for this. To be fair,
Yo, shout outs to everyone still in the chat. I'm like,
100%.
it's blowing my mind. I keep expecting the numbers to go down, but every time it goes down a little bit, it jumps right back up. We're gonna
Respect.
keep vibing. If there's still if there's 250, 300 people in here, we're not just closing the door on you guys. Who cares if tomorrow it's like a 4.5 hour stream and no one wants to watch it? It's cool. This is for the people who are here. Thank you for being
Yes.
with us. I really do appreciate it. This is amazing.
We really appreciate it, guys. And
you know, Leo and I love basketball. This doesn't bother
yes.
us at all. Going 4 hours. This is cool.
Yeah, I'm like, my wife might beat my ass after this. I'm joking.
Oh, you wish you didn't say that live. And also, guys, let me just throw a shout out because it might not be obvious to the people who are watching this over on Pensare Basketball. Give Leo a like on his stream too after this. It really does help his stream get out to his followers. Leo has way more followers than Pensare Basketball, and you know, they drop Toronto Raptors content all the time. I suggest you give him a sub up too. Okay.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. So it's live. It's live on both channels. But to be fair, people are gonna shit on Scottie Barnes here. But as I said, De'Aaron Fox does this to everybody. Like this
and
guy's
honestly, like I will be the person to be critical of Scottie here. He needs to get lower. He needs to get much lower because there aren't a lot of 6'9" guys who can actually stay in front of Fox. But if he wants to, he's one of the guys who can try and do really well with it. Scottie Barnes, for all the people saying he's not athletic, guys, honestly, being 21, growing, having super long legs, it's very difficult to guard pesky little point guards. Yeah. It's really difficult. That's one of the things that article really taught me. And by the way, after I read the article, I went on a deep dive for 6 hours and like read everything I could about biomechanics, you know, like how the body works, long-legged athletes. I looked at other long-legged athletes. This is one of the things. He needs to get his feet further apart. When his legs are close together, it's actually going to make it really difficult for him to stay in front of anybody, much less De'Aaron Fox. But yeah, that's why his isolation defense is so great, but that's also why his screen navigation is kind of bad. Yes. But FYI, his team is aware of this. They're working on it. Don't worry about it. It's going to be fixed.
So great. Again, this is a point guard who has elite handles, elite speed. So he blows by him, which then the other guys.
I want to cut you off, but sorry. I'm so sorry. There's a comment here. Scottie plays too high. He needs to take a step back and use his length. I just want to say, guys, there is a massive impact of ball pressure. Ball pressure. First of all, there are very few guys who can do it well. Scottie Barnes is okay at it. He will get better at it. I promise. He has been good at it in the past. Ball pressure does what ball pressure does is it makes ball handlers uncomfortable. It shuts down passing lanes. It cleans up a lot of mistakes. It allows your defense to actually set up. It allows your defense to actually get a read on what the defense is doing. It sometimes forces turnovers. There are a lot of advantages. Yes, it's very easy to say, okay, just don't guard De'Aaron Fox 35 feet from the basket. But you actually have a much worse shot of actually guarding him if you're stationary. If you're like, okay, I'm just going to guard him 20 feet. Well, he's not a bad shooter. It's not like he can't make a three. So you do have to guard him.
He's a 38% shooter from three.
Exactly. So you do have to guard him high, but also he's a really good passer. So putting that ball pressure that Scottie's doing right now, some guys might say, oh my God, he's getting blown by. Yeah, he's guarding the fastest or second or third fastest player, maybe first fastest. Like it's close in the league, 50 feet from the basket. Yeah, he's going to give some blow-bys, guys.
Yeah, and sometimes too, when you play that high and you're pressuring people up that high, that exerts a lot of energy, which has to do with, you know, Scottie sometimes looking like that. So I think Raptor fans have to chill down a little bit and just, you know, acknowledge that he does a lot for that defense. And sometimes, as you said, when you pressure somebody that high, you can really speed them up. And then when you're sped up, you make mistakes. So that's what he's hoping for. Obviously, probably not the best guy to speed up because Fox likes to play fast, but he does. So Banton rotates here, and tell me that's not just a gifted pass. I mean, no look pass here. He's looking at his best friend Malik Monk here.
Yep.
And Gary sees it. Siakam is there's always three guys around Fox. That's how much attention this guy. You know what I'm saying? That's why I think he gets a bad rap. But
that's also our defense. Our defense overhelps, overcrowds. any sort of paint breakdowns.
But this is every defense, though. It's not just the Raptors. This
No,
happens
I
every
agree.
night.
He deserves it. He's one of the better players in the league this year.
And I think he's 4th in the league in finishing, and this is with big men. So he ranks with like big men at finishing at the rim. He's so elite at finishing at the rim. So so he's looking at Monk here. Can people predict what he does next? So what's the next pass? Should he pass it out to Barnes, to Murray, or to Monk?
My personal advice to him is to bet on himself. But
yeah. Okay, so I'll let you guys decide in the comments below. Don't cheat just because I showed you guys. All right. So he jumps into the air, he gets everybody up, and the one person that he wanted to move with that vision right here is this guy. He knows he wants to go to Sabonis. He already made up his mind. He just needs Trent to literally fall for it and collapse and try to get to, close out to Malik Monk and just a gorgeous bounce pass to the big man.
Shout outs to Kyle S, who said Sabonis. He called it.
Great stuff there.